Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and yesterday I talked about a story about a young boy named Ollie Jones who passed away this last December. His father had wanted a tombstone to keep his memory alive of Spider-Man, and the boy died of leukodystrophy. He was only 4 years old. So with all of this being said, we see Marvel turn down this opportunity to let the father have Spider-Man on his tombstone. And it wasn't even anything disrespectful. It was basic PR bullshit. Basically them saying they wanted the character focused around life and not death. And anybody who's ever read one Spider-Man comic, anybody who's ever seen one movie knows that that is just bullshit. It comes down to a money issue, but we're going to kind of look at what has happened since then and look at exactly how this could have been done the right way. We see now there is a petition out. I don't know how much this will do. I have signed the petition and I will put it in the link in the description. But I don't know exactly if this will cause enough of a ruckus for Marvel or Disney to actually take a look at and maybe grant this father's last request. I don't know. But one of my followers, Wes Collins, did send me this, and it is DC reversing the decision to ban Superman logo on a statue of a murdered boy. And this is quite an old story. The boy died back in 2002, and it is a different story. But it just goes to prove that they can look at each situation a little individually. So what happened was a little boy, Jeffrey Baldwin, was living with his grandparents, who were absolute piece of shits. Anyway, they starved the boy to death. He was murdered, and they have since been convicted of second-degree murder, which is great. He absolutely deserves some sort of justice for what exactly happened to him. So moving forward, we see Todd Boyce. He is a 45-year-old father whose 7-year-old son shares the same birthday with Jeffrey. That is all they had in common. This man did nothing for himself. It was all about this little boy. He launched a campaign on Indiegogo to raise $25,000 for the erection of this statue, which ended up, collecting $36,000. It ended up going through. Everything was working out fine. It says the key to the sculpture was the Superman costume, according to the testimony given by Jeffrey's father, from who he was taken by order of Toronto Catholic Children's Aid Society. The boy idolized the Man of Steel. So we're seeing the same story as we've seen with Spider-Man, dressing up even as him on Halloween. A heartbreaking photo, which I do have, of Jeffrey smiling in the costume taken prior to being ordered to his grandparents' care, was released during this inquest. Boyce contacted DC last week requesting permission to use the Superman logo on the sculpture, which was nearly done at this point. Sources close to DC tell The Hollywood Reporter that the request was debated internally for days. They actually discussed this and just didn't say no. Well, we'll see. But the company ultimately made the difficult decision to not allow the use of trademark because 12 years had passed since the death. Like I said, it did happen in 2002. And Boyce had never communicated directly with Jeffrey's surviving family members. It is a different situation, but we're going to come down the same path. DC's Senior VP Business and Legal Affairs, Amy Jenkins, then sent an email to Boyce stating that for a variety of legal reasons, we are not able to accede to the request, nor many others incredibly worthy projects that come to our attention. Again, this is awful. I can't imagine how this man feels. The decision came as a huge blow to Boyce, who made arguments with the sculptor Ruth Abernathy to change the iconic S to maybe a J. But Boyce also did share the story with the Toronto Press, and it swiftly gathered steam online, with DC drawing heat from critics who argued the media company was callously acting in its own self-interest. Absolutely. Executives at the company then recovered and reconsidered their decision on Thursday and announced the change. So they decided, against their original decision to not have this trademark on the statue for the young boy, they changed their mind. That's what I'm kind of hoping this story pushes Marvel into the same decision, Disney into the same decision, that DC finally made the right call. A statement from the company's spokeshead read, "We take each request seriously and our heartfelt thoughts go out to the victims, the family, and those affected. DC Entertainment uses a flexible set of criteria when we receive worthy requests such as this, and at times have reconsidered our initial stance." I think there is absolutely no reason why Marvel could not do the same thing. After verifying the support of appropriate family members, the statement continues, DC Entertainment will be allowing the Jeffrey Baldwin Memorial Statue to feature the Superman S. How hard was that to make that decision? I understand from the beginning they did say no. And I understand it may have taken a little bit of heat for them to say yes. But eventually they came to the right decision. A little boy lost his life. A very young little boy lost his life. And yet now we are finally seeing some vindication, a memorial for this life lost. Boys took to Twitter to cheer on his victory. Great news! DC honors both Jeffrey's family and its fans. After further review, Jeffrey will don the S shield. I think this is absolutely amazing and more newsworthy than this Marvel thing. You know what? In a way, they go hand in hand. It shows the ethics within the company. It shows just exactly what we can expect from Disney and Marvel in the future. And let's just hope that maybe with some of the heat that they've seen, they'll reverse their decision. And I have had people saying, if they say yes to one, they have to for everybody. But just like DC said here, they take each individual situation differently and they can make decision on that. So no, that's not the case. For this one kid, he got vindication. Now it's time for Ollie to get the same. Let me know what you guys think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, if you want to help support the channel, make sure you check out my Patreon and my Subscribe Star links in the description. And I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to my Patreons, Black Knight Fool, and Jeffrey Allen Carnes, and Robert. I appreciate everything you guys do to help out this channel, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Bye-bye.